Hello everyone, welcome back to Rosio Labrina. For the new viewers, please enjoy, like, and subscribe. Thank you for our support to this channel. And just for disclaimer, I am Leon Didi and started this video. Haikyuu and the characters belong to the author. Also the songs, the image, and the video background are not mine. And now, please enjoy this story. I hope you like it and continue to give your love on this channel.
Disclaimer: some of the story and character might be different from the original story. Hinata felt super excited as he stepped into the gymnasium. He couldn't help his happiness as he imagined him playing as one of the Karasuno players. The boy scoffed when he remembered a certain black-haired boy. He swore to defeat the boy when they meet again at the court. No way. Are you kidding me? He pointed at Kageyama, who also looked shocked. Hinata's dreams suddenly shattered as he couldn't imagine himself playing together with his enemy. But when they played together, he began to open up towards the man. He saw a different light from Kageyama as they practiced together almost every day. Hinata gulped down and blushed. Every time he saw Kageyama, his heart beats really fast that it almost hurt. Oi Hinata, don't doze off. Strangely, it hurted more when Kageyama spoke to him. He began to avoid the man, and didn't speak to him except when they're at practice. Oh no, did I catch a disease that shows up whenever I see Kageyama? Of course, being a simple-minded man he was, Hinata thought he was sick. Kageyama noticed that Hinata had been very distant lately. Every time he called the man, Hinata always found a chance to run away. He scowled deeper, as the orange-haired man seemed fine when he's talking to Yamaguchi and Tsukishima, for God's sake. He didn't know that Hinata hated him so much that it's better to talk with the tall blonde. Oi Boke, come here. Hinata flinched and turned with terror evident on his face. Kageyama looked extremely pissed off today. He couldn't help but to tremble as he followed Kageyama outside. Now talk. Hugh, hup. I thought you're the one who want to talk? Kageyama scowled and messed the man's hair angrily, lovingly. It's so soft, as always, he thought. Why? Were you avoiding me? Hinata blinked dumbly at the question. Deny. Kageyama glared at him, making Hinata flinched with scared face. The black-haired man instantly regretted it. I didn't meant to make him scared. Kageyama. I'm sorry. Hinata looked down, eyes filled with tears. Oh, oi Boki. Don't cry. Hicks. Kageyama, don't get mad at me. Kageyama looked lost as he didn't know how to comfort the man. Hug him, hug. Kageyama moved closer and pulled the man. He didn't know whose voice that was earlier who urged him to hug Hinata, but it turned to be effective as Hinata seemed to calm down. Kageyama, are you mad at me? Huh? Boki, what do you mean? Hinata chuckled and Kageyama swore he just heard the most beautiful sound in the world. Sorry, I'm not avoiding you on purpose. It's just I can't bear to see your face. What did I do wrong? No, you didn't do anything. Then why can't you see me? Look at me, Boke. Kageyama pulled the man's chin and forced Hinata to face him. The orange-haired man blushed as their eyes met. Kageyama. I said I can't see your face. When I see you, my face burns and my heart hurts. I don't know what's wrong with me. The black-haired man blushed as he realized the meaning under those words. Boke. It's not so serious that you have to ignore me. You don't understand, Kageyama. My heart beats too fast, and it's weird. Kageyama pulled the man's wrist and put Hinata's palm on his chest, which was also beating really fast. Hinata looked confused, but at the same time he's also happy that he's not the only one with the symptoms. Kageyama, don't tell me we caught the same disease. Hinata Boke. Kageyama gritted his teeth, then pulled the man's collar. Hinata widened his eyes in shock when he felt a soft touch on his lips. The man was kissing him. It means you like me, idiot. Hinata blushed and stared at Kageyama's red face. No way. So my heart hurts when I look at you because I like you. The orange-haired man looked down in disbelief. Wait, but your heart is beating so fast too. Don't get the wrong idea, Boke. Does it mean you don't like me? Then why did you kiss me? Kageyama cleared his throat and looked away. I'm kidding, I like you too, Boke. Kageyama likes me. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Shut up. You like me too, right? So we're even. They both continued arguing, lovingly. Hinata sighed as he pulled the man's shirt. South, what does this make us? I don't know. People usually de-date or something after they confess. That's right, you've confessed, so now I must reply. Wait, I didn't confess yet. But you clearly say you like me. No, wait. Kageyama kneeled on one knee. He took Hinata's arms and looked up to face the man. What are you doing, Kage? Boki, just listen. Hinata shut his mouth and nodded quickly when he saw Kageyama's scary face. His breath hitched as Kageyama leaned down to kiss his palm. Hinata, why, will you go out with me? The orang-haired man couldn't reply with his voice, so he nodded instead. Kageyama stood up and hugged his man, too shy to show his face. Kageyama, who taught you to confess like that? It's Tanaka-san and Noya-san. Did I do it wrong? Hinata shook his head and chuckled. You know, you look like you're proposing, haha. Propose, folk. Hinata shouted in pain as Kageyama hit his head, but the man quickly rubbed it to ease the pain. Kageyama looked down with blushing cheeks. Oh, one day, I'll do it, just not now. Now it's Hinata's turn to blush. Kageyama. Are you mad? It's so embarrassing to hear, oh my gosh. Time skip. Their relationship was far from the ideal one like Suga and Eiichi. Hinata and Kageyama always fought every day over trivial things, mostly about volleyball. But still, in the end of the day, they would always make up and went home together, hands intertwined. It went fine until they're finally third graders. Hinata was so excited for his birthday. He couldn't wait to discover his second gender. Come on, Kageyama, won't you be happy for me? Kageyama frowned and squished the milk box on his hands. I just don't like that my birthday is still too far. Oh, are you jealous that I will know my gender first? Tseh, it's not about that, book. Kageyama squinted his eyes, ignoring Hinata's pleas to stop messing with his hair. The man didn't know why he's mad for the fact that Hinata would present first before him. He just felt like something bad will occur. The first warning was the heat. Luckily Hinata was at home, and he presented the night before his birthday. It felt painfully excruciating, and he couldn't get up from the bed for 3 days. He calmed down after his mother called a doctor, who injected something into his body. I'm an Omega. Hinata never discriminate against any gender, and he accepted the fact he presented as an Omega. But the doctor's words bothered him. Yes, he's an Omega, but he got an irregular heat, which is a rare case, and pretty troublesome. To prevent his heat from occurring in public places, Hinata must consume a prescribed suppressant every day. And of course he didn't tell anyone about this. He told Kageyama that he's a beta because he took the pills and didn't emit any scent. He thought he could live on like that without telling his team members. But one day at practice, Hinata felt very weird and sick. This was the second warning. Hinata, you look pale, don't force yourself, book. I'm fine, Kageyama. Maybe I'm just tired. His breath hitched as the pain suddenly came. Hinata crouched down as he tried to ease the heat. Hinata. Oi, what's wrong, oi? All the underclassmen panicked as he saw the man collapsed. Tsukishima took a whiff at the air and squinted. Oi, Kageyama. Search for a suppressant in his bag. Kageyama was still holding his boyfriend as he looked at the blonde with confused face. Suppressant? He's a beta. Tsukishima didn't reply as he saw Yamaguchi already took pills and shoved it in Hinata's mouth. Luckily he's already bonded to Yamaguchi, so he didn't get affected with the scent. Besides them, the other members hadn't presented yet. After the medicine kicked in, Hinata regained his consciousness. Kage, sorry, I lied. Kageyama gritted his teeth, then he quickly carried the man to the infirmary. You have your own reasons for that, I won't force you. Hinata chuckled in relief. He thought the men would be mad being led to all this time. But still. You could have told me at least about this. Do you want me to die early because I got a heart attack? Don't you know how worried I am? I thought you were sick or something. Sorry, but thank you, Tobio. Kageyama snorted and ruffled the man's hair gently. I'm going to present soon, just wait, I'll help you. Huh. How exactly could you help? Boki. I heard when the Omega is bonded, their heat became more regular. Whoa, Kageyama. You're studying properly, ouch. Boki, we're third graders now? Hinata laughed, but then he just remembered something bothering him lately. Oi, don't think about this anymore. I'll protect you from now. I could remind you to take the medicine every day. The orange-haired man shot him a thankful smile. Thanks, Kageyama. Kageyama pulled the man and patted his back. You got me. From now, please count on me as your boyfriend. Hinata's eyes watered at the gentle tone. He clutched on Kageyama's shirt and sobbed. The man didn't cry because he's touched, but because he got one more secret. Kageyama didn't think too far, and thought that Hinata felt relieved. Who knew the happy moments turned sour in just a few days? Time skip. Please mom. I don't want it. Hinata yelled as he threw away some extravagant gifts. His mother sighed and still tried to persuade him. There's no way I'm going to marry that guy. He's already an old man, Mom. Hinata, you know that we have no choice but to arrange a marriage for you. Don't speak ill about him, he got a reputation in Tokyo. I don't care. Mom, I'm big already, why did I have to go along with this stupid marriage? Because you're presented as an irregular, we have to do this quickly. Besides, he's a good man and he offered to help. He's just a pervert, Mom. Can't you see his eyes whenever he came? He even eyed Natsu with his weird smile. Hinata, you will take this offer, or else you can't leave your room. Mom. Are you kidding, Mom? Hinata kept banging on the door in desperation. But when an hour passed, and there seemed to be no one outside, he broke down and cried. It's the first time he ever cried this hard because of family affair. Cage, he could help me? Yeah. He ran towards his phone and typed a message for his boyfriend. But before he pressed the send key, he stopped. But won't he get mad if he knew? He will leave me because he's mad. I lied to him last time, and this is already the second time. He won't forgive me. Hinata plopped down on his bed and sobbed. He missed the man so much. All this time when his mother tried to make him accept the marriage proposal, he's always thinking about Kageyama. About the time Kageyama confessed and promised him that he's going to propose in one day. But one day wasn't good enough. His mother decided that it's best for him to get married as soon as possible just to make him safe. His sudden heat at the school last week was the final hit. The suppressant wasn't effective anymore, and he already changed it into a higher dose. Any higher than that, the pills could harm his body. That's why his mother was so persistent on making him bond with someone. Unfortunately, Kageyama hadn't presented yet, and Hinata wasn't sure the man was going to be an alpha. His heart hurt again, as he thought about the man. Hinata didn't want this marriage, nor his body. He hated being this weak and powerless. The orange-haired man felt like a flightless bird who was caged inside his house. He longed for freedom and he missed Kageyama. His Omega yearned for Kageyama, but it will be too late if he wait for his birthday. The wedding will be held in 3 days, right before the man's birthday. Kageyama, sorry, I love you always. Hinata fell asleep with tears in his eyes. It was the most painful night he ever had. Time skip. Kageyama-san. Kageyama jolted as he heard the girl's voice. Natsu. Why are you here? Wait, where's your brother? He's been absent for 2 days. Ani-san is getting married. Kageyama widened his eyes in shock. He's about to ask more, but Natsu already pulled his hand. The man noticed that Natsu was wearing a traditional clothing for a big event, like wedding. Oh, Natsu. What are you talking about? Hinata. That book is getting married? With who? He got confused, as he haven't proposed yet. Ani-san is getting married to an old man. 2 days ago this pervert came to our house and proposed him, but Ani-san refused. That's why he's locked these days in his room. Kageyama scorned and got angry. He was the only one who got the right to marry Hinata. Here. Kageyama-san, no Ani-san's room, right? Mom is still outside, you can go in quietly. The man nodded and patted the girl's head. Thanks Natsu, you're a big help. And please. Kageyama turned again when he heard the girl cry. Please save Ani-san. The black-haired man looked stunned, then he nodded with confidence. Don't worry, I'll make sure he won't marry that old man. Kageyama proceeded to sneak in. But when he heard voices he went out and took a detour to the backyard. He found the window connected to Hinata's room, then he threw a stone with hope the man will open it for him. Hop. Kageyama. Hinata immediately closed his mouth when Kageyama placed his palm on the man's face to shut him up. What are you doing here? Huh? I'm here to abduct you, Poke. Hinata teared up and let the man climb in through the window. Kageyama looked at his boyfriend, who was dressed in a wedding clothes. He scowled as he remembered that Hinata was going to be wed to another man. Sorry, I didn't tell you, because I knew you'll get mad. Kageyama panicked and hushed the man. He gently wiped the tears on the man's eyes. I'm not mad at you. I just didn't expect you to marry. It's my mom's idea, because my heat was getting worse and more irregular. She thought it will be solved if I bond with someone. Kageyama didn't let the man continue, and quickly hugged him. He's pained enough to see Hinata's pale and lifeless face. The cheerful man he always loved was gone. He couldn't believe that Hinata's mother would take such a drastic act. But he didn't properly introduce himself as Hinata's boyfriend. It's his fault to begin with because of that Hinata's mother thought her son was still single and wed him to other man. It's my fault. I can't protect you. No. It's not your fault, Kageyama. It's my stupid heat, DM in it. The black-haired man took a deep breath, then he knelt on one knee. Hinata, I feel like the moment right now is the time. What? Wait, Kageyama, don't tell me the offer was actually from you. Sadly no, I knew about this matter from Natsu just now. Then, are you proposing? No, yes, I mean, I want to take you away from here. Hinata tilted his head as he couldn't believe his ears. Kageyama cleared his throat and blushed. Shoyo, let's run away. The orange-haired man gasped as he could see the sincerity on his boyfriend's eyes. No, Tobio, you're going to get into trouble. I can hide you until tomorrow. Then. Kageyama gulped and looked at Hinata, his eyes brimming with confidence. I'll claim you as my mate, my lover, my half. Do you trust me? Hinata's mouth hung open at Kageyama's idea. It's more like a gamble actually, whether Kageyama was going to be an alpha and they could form a bond, or he's still going to marry the pervert in the end. Shoyo, your answer. But for Hinata, there's no other answer possible for him to agree. Yes, Tobio, please take me away from here. Are you sure? I mean, of course I want, but... Tobio, I love you. Kageyama went silent as he saw Hinata's sincere expression. He leaned down and kissed the man, softly, on the lips. There's no more words worth to exchange as they shared feelings through gestures. Sorry, no more talking then. Let's go, Shoyo. Time skip. So, Shoyo, sorry. Hinata smiled as he patted the man's hair. Kageyama looked dejected as the day was almost over. Usually, people presented the night before the birthday, and the latest was in the morning. The day was about to change and there's still no sign of Kageyama presenting, meaning he must be a beta. Silly, I'm not mad you're going to be a beta. But I can't mark you if I'm not an alpha. The smaller man shut his mouth by placing his fingers in front of his lips. Does it matter? Now that I'm with you, I feel happy enough just to be by your side. Hinata cupped Kageyama's cheeks and giggled. We could always run away anywhere. What about Brazil? There's a famous spot for beach volley. We can hide there and spend lots of time playing volleyball. Kageyama smiled at his boyfriend and chuckled when the man kept blabbering about flying abroad. You're right, Shoyo. He took Hinata's hands and kissed the ring finger. Then, shall we go buy a ring first before we go overseas? But we need a passport. Oh, what about the money? No worries, I'll steal my sister's savings. Ha ha, Tobio, you're so cruel. They both sighed and hugged each other. The couple felt happy enough, as it was now. The only thing that mattered to them was they stayed in each other's embrace, forever. Suddenly, Kageyama's breath became more shallow, and he had difficulty breathing. His vision clouded, and his mind was filled with dread. Tobio. Oi, are you? Hinata gasped, as he smelled Kageyama's scent went stronger than before. And it definitely wasn't a mere beta scent. It's like a mix of musk and mint. What happened, Shoyo? Shoyo? I'm here. The orange-haired man pulled Kageyama and calmed him down. The man buried his face on Hinata's neck, breath in the delicious scent hungrily. Hinata smelled like citrus and tangerine. Shoyo, mine. Yes, Tobio, I'm yours. Hinata chuckled as Kageyama was finally coming back to his sense. An alpha first rut wasn't that strong, that's why Kageyama still got a piece of his sanity and not going berserk. They're still hugging, with Kageyama, who clung onto Hinata, refusing to let go. Shoyo, does it mean? Tobio, you're an alpha. Kageyama never felt happier and more glad than this. He shut his eyes, almost tearing up as he couldn't believe himself. Now, he could mark Hinata and rightfully claim him as his. Then Mr. Alpha, how about that runaway dream? Hinata chuckled as Kageyama tackled him onto his bed. The black-haired man scoffed and messed with Hinata's hair. Let's do that after we graduate, and I also need your parents' blessings for that. I'll wait for your proposal then. Actually, your proposal yesterday wasn't bad either. It actually sounds romantic and funny when you ask me to run away. Kageyama tickled the man, making Hinata laugh and cried tears of joy. The black-haired man watched his man fondly. They're truly blessed to find each other and went through everything together. They might not be the rumored destined mate, but they sure were soulmates. I think it's going to be fine from now. I'll persuade mom to cancel the marriage. I'll introduce you properly as my future husband. Hinata, you really? Hinata laughed as Kageyama groaned and hid his blushing face. The black-haired man huffed. He glanced at Hinata's neck and smirked. I think there's something missing here. He touched Hinata's neck, making the smaller man shudder at the contact as Kageyama was touching his scent glands. What is it? Kageyama smirked. He leaned down and planted a kiss. My mark, it will be prettier after I claim you as mine.
That's all for this Omegaverse Series KageHina version. Don't forget to turn on the notification on my channel for the next video. Please subscribe and like the video if you haven't done it yet. See you in the next video.